Welcome to Chi-Town Cigar Podcast, the podcast where three Chicago guys light up a fine cigar and get into everything from sports and current events to hobbies, life's little moments, and everything in between. Whether you're here for the cigars, the conversation, or just some good laughs, we got you covered. So grab your favorite smoke, settle in, and join us for laid-back chats with a Chicago twist. Now it's time to put some smoke in the air.
Hey, it's Tuesday night and the Thunder's starting. Again, the dogs, literally the show opens up and there's a bolt of light or a thunderstorm. I don't know. I can't win. And the dogs want to say hello. So yes, girls, they said hello. So how you doing, Marty?
I'm doing great. Yeah, she wants to get on the show.
Yeah, she does. You couldn't have timed that any better. So, hello, Mr. Salty. How are you doing this evening, Fireborn? It's always good to see you on. He put me onto some good cigars a couple weeks ago. The Diesel Tempest. Really a good cigar. I am very pleased with following somebody's recommendation. So that was good. I've smoked two of them now, and they definitely pack some punch. But that's Diesel. I think Diesel's always pack some punch.
Yeah,
so,
we haven't had that one.
Yeah. And TX, good evening. How are you doing tonight?
Yeah, Mr. Rebel.
We've got a full show. What are you smoking tonight before we get going here?
I am smoking the Tatuaje Miami Regios.
Oh, very nice.
I have a trouble figuring out what the Tatuaje names their cigars. Like I have the box and everything. I still really can't figure out what this is. It might be Selection de Cazadores. I don't know. Regios is the Vitola.
Okay.
That's Tatuaje brown label.
Yeah, it's Tatuaje brown label. So yeah,
and this is the ones they make in Miami.
Nice. I am doing the Aganorsa, or let me rephrase that, the Casa de Fernandez Reserva, which is also rolled in Miami. So for those of you watching, if you haven't figured out tonight's mission, Marty, go ahead. It's your idea.
Our mission tonight is made in America. So both what kind of tobacco is grown in America, a little bit of history of cigars in America, and what cigars are actually rolled in America.
Yeah. And did some research. Sammy Flo is not on yet, not that I know of, but Sammy Flo challenged us with La Polina. So I did quite a bit of work looking up them as a Chicago-based cigar company. In addition to, we know that Black Star Line is a Chicago-based cigar company. But I am very sorry to La Polina that I was not aware of their Chicago roots. But it's been interesting. So
it's the Paleys were born in Chicago.
Yeah. The Paleys, and then CBS Studios. So we can get into that in a minute. But what else is going on before we jump into our topic? Is there anything that we're missing besides the heat? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The heat.
It's melted the country.
Yes, it has. It's
seen pictures of roads buckling.
Yeah. There's two of them. Joliet had two, and I think Wilmington had one. So out here down south, it's like, what the heck? I mean, you see these roads buckling, you're like, uh-oh. And it's not supposed to let up. I think tomorrow's the high is 88. So we're not going to be in the 90s.
Seen articles about corn sweats. You probably know
that was last year. Yes.
It's probably every year where that it gets hot.
The corn sweats are real. We can welcome in our number 3. Hello there, Teddy.
Hello there. Sorry, I had some technical difficulties.
That's okay. But no, the corn sweats are real. Last year was probably one of the first years we felt it where we're at. And the nice thing is, as we go into our agricultural section of the show, farmers rotate. So it's 2 years of corn and 1 year of beans. So nice. The nice part is the bulk around us right now is beans this year. We've got some corn stuff, but the bulk is beans. So we'll get some corn sweat, but not that much.
Bean plants don't add to humidity like corn.
No.
I guess for everyone who doesn't know what corn sweats are, like apparently corn stalks and the leaves, they have a tendency to release humidity more than a lot of other plants into the air. They actually affect the local humidity.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So yeah, that's So the heat has been something else. Your Cubs are continuing to make a statement, which is good for you, bad for me.
Still in first place, but they're this week has been rough on them.
It's been rough, yeah.
Seems like it's been rough on quite a few teams. The Mets are struggling too. The Mets are lost their last 9 games or something, haven't they?
Oh wow.
Yeah. So they're slipping. So it's summertime. Everybody's getting tired of the heat. So
yeah.
Teddy, we didn't ask you. Teddy, we didn't ask you. What are you smoking?
The left hand cigar corporation, so left-hander, holding it with my left hand. A nice broadleaf Connecticut. Really good cigar. I don't know if you guys ever tried it. So just a heads up, I'll probably have to move inside because it's probably going to start pouring. I thought the weather was different, so I'll maybe have to move.
Hey, we've already dealt with that. You missed the start of the show. The dogs decided to chime in right away. So,
so hold on,
yes.
with a corn sweat, like you guys said. So is it like more hot done by you? Because that's a little really.
It's more humid. It's more humid,
which makes it feel hotter.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yes, but yes, Fireborn is right. We need some antiperspirant for corn.
Yeah, they should be able to make corn plants.
Yes.
Do some editing of the genes to make it stop sweating.
Oh yes, I'm learning more and more about corn liquor as I've become gluten intolerant. It's I'm very careful now of what I'm drinking or eating. So, potato vodka. Potato vodka is I don't do much vodka, but my wife keeps going, you can have potato vodka. I go, bourbon is gluten free. Bourbon and tequila are gluten free. I'm fine. I'm doing a tequila tonight. So I go, hey, so yeah. But so I guess I'll update our audience. We are expanding, and that's just not weight wise. I always seem to expand weight wise, but if you check out our website, I guess I could put the banner up there for our website. Where's it? There, our website. We are the reviews should be going up. Reviews will be coming up. I think there's one going up tonight, and I'll be at a couple going up in the next couple of days. And then the news, cigar news. So we've been in contact with several cigar companies, and we will be getting their information, their press releases. So those will be going up. So we're going to try to become a one-stop shop. We can't sell anything, but we can provide you with cigar reviews and cigar news. So it's exciting. It's good. Good things are happening, and we're taking baby steps, but the Chi-Town Cigar Podcast.com will have our reviews and the news as we see fit to put up there. So that's exciting.
That is exciting.
Hey, like we said before, we're here to stay. So
we're doing our best.
Enjoy the show. Boys,
until everybody stops watching.
I'll be back in 1 minute. Let me change places.
Okay. We got to tell that guy. Oh, he's gonna do it with his mic on. Let's just take him off the stage. So, yeah, it's good. It's good. We're learning a lot. So I'm excited about that. My wife did tell me you didn't tell me you had a website. I go, we've been talking about it. So obviously you're not paying attention. So I said, it's good that you're watching our show, but not paying attention.
Yeah. And anybody in the audience, take a look at our reviews. And if you have comments, like or dislike the reviews, agree or disagree, let us know.
Yeah. Yeah. And also I guess the other big push is anybody that's watching, listening, head over to our Facebook page. We have a Facebook page. We've got to get up to 75 people to watch so we can stream live to Facebook. I don't care. I'm not too worried about Facebook, but it'd be nice to be able to stream there too, as some people are not on YouTube. I think more people are on YouTube than are on Facebook. So, but like to be able to share our media with people and go from there. So it's a plus. Spotify is doing well. Rumble is doing well. We're getting good views on Rumble. So it's been good. We're seeing some growth. We're seeing some development. And then we can let the cat out of the bag now. Teddy's not here, but Teddy will be. We have a guest next week. And we have a guest the following week. So we're going to have 2 guests in a row. It's, back to back. We're filling our stuff up. So next week will be good. Do you want to tell everybody what the topic is for next week? Or do you want to keep them in suspense?
Let's keep them in suspense.
Okay.
It's good though. You'll like it.
Yeah. So Chief will be with us next week. We can tell him that.
Yes.
Stephen Finley from Bob the Cigar Guy. He jumped on. We gave him a couple dates and he jumped on right away. So we will have a father-son back-to-back type of a thing. And then Adam Gard from Dreamer Cigars will be on the July 15th episode, right? Oh, wait, I guess it wouldn't be next week. Next week isn't July. Next week is
we got one
the
more.
1st, July 1st. So I guess it's not next week. It'll be 2 weeks from today. We'll have Chief on. That'll be a fun show. And then we will have Adam on the 15th. So next week will be interesting. We're a lot of places, a lot of podcasts take the week off of 4th of July. We, being the new guys, are going to push through and have a show. So we'll see what happens there.
Could be another show about nothing.
It will be another show about nothing. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So,
we must have had a lightning strike at the Mike residence. Oh, is he coming back?
I didn't even mean to do that. I went to click the comments and I somehow clicked leave the studio.
Oh, because he completely disappeared from.
Yeah, all of a sudden I was like, "What the heck?" I was trying to get to Fireborn's comment, and I'm like, "Wait a minute, I just lost myself." So, so it'll be a good show. And we're working on Eric Bay from Black Star Line, so he'll be coming on, and then I'm dipping my toe into the world of other cigar makers and seeing what we have to do to get them on our show. So I can promise you I'm jumping into the river with both feet. So we'll see what happens.
All we got to do is ask. The worst they can do is say no.
Yeah. So so we'll see what happens there. But we're trying to keep things relevant. I think everybody saw with the Bob the Cigar Guy show, we're not going to do we're going to do some typical questions. It's just part of being a cigar podcast, but we want to sort of dive into other areas because as much as these reps and these brand owners are all about cigars, they also have lives outside of cigars. So we'd like to dive into some of that stuff.
And they probably get tired of answering the same questions over and over again.
What new cigar release do you have coming out? For the 1,000th time, you'll know when you know.
That one they probably like to talk about because it means more sales for them. But yeah,
except for Steve Saka. Steve's like, you'll know when you know.
He's
when I tell you
everything.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, excellent. So let's jump into it. Teddy will get back to us when he gets back to us. When he can find a place to sit, probably in the garage. So go ahead. I'll turn the show over to you. You can lead us.
I want to start with a story.
Okay.
So kind of the historical legend of how cigar tobacco started in the United States.
Okay.
So
you're just in time for story time, Teddy.
I've been listening to you guys. I've been listening. It's just I couldn't get this thing to work, but now you guys can hear me, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So
All right.
it's story time with Marty. Go right ahead, Marty. The floor is yours.
So there's this legend, and the legend goes like this: cigars in America started with Israel Putnam. Who is Israel? Does anybody know who Israel Putnam is?
Not till you send me his name, then I'll look them up.
Right. Yes. I didn't know who he was, but apparently he's like a real famous guy in Connecticut. He had a really interesting life. He was a farmer, a tavern keeper, a military officer, and was actually a key figure in the American Revolution. He was his nickname was Old Putt. That's kind of a cool nickname.
It is. Yeah, it's a good name.
And he had there was a lot to his legend. So he was in the French and Indian War. That was 1754 to 1763, so before the American Revolution. And he served with the militia, and there were some stories of how he was captured by the Native Americans and nearly burned alive before being rescued. So I'd like to hear that story.
Yeah.
There's also a folk legend where he supposedly killed a wolf in its den in 1742, earning him fame. I don't know how true that story is. Probably a little exaggeration going on there.
It's sort of like being Eat My Cannibals.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you would do too well in a wolf's den.
Yeah, bears or wolves? No.
No. So, and then he was in the Revolutionary War. So he was actually one of the first to respond, supposedly left his plow in the field to ride 100 miles to Cambridge, Massachusetts. And he was appointed a general in the Continental Army, second only to George Washington in the New England forces. So pretty high up in the Revolutionary War Army. And he was at the Battle of Bunker Hill.
Wow.
And played a significant role there. And a lot of people credit him with the line, "Don't fire until you see the whites of their eyes."
Huh.
Although I think that's disputed, but some people tag him with being the one to quote that. So, I mean, this was kind of a dude, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like that's some history. That's some good background, huh?
Yeah, and so the legend of him and tobacco was that there was a shipwreck in Cuba, and he survived. This was in 1759, prior to the Revolutionary War. He was on a British expedition against Cuba that led to the capture of Havana. And then he returned to Connecticut, supposedly with a hefty stash of cigars. So some people say 30,000 cigars and enough black tobacco to start the cigar industry and seeds. So, and supposedly all the tobacco in America, in Connecticut, came down from those seeds.
Wow.
That's the legend.
That's the legend.
Yeah.
So are you going to give us the rest of the story now?
I'm not sure anyone knows the exact rest of the story, but a lot of people dispute the legend.
Yes.
That all the tobacco in the United States came from the seeds that he brought back.
It's a good legend. It's a good
Legend.
it's a good story. You know, they came from somewhere. You know, it's not like they just fell out of the sky and
Right.
you know, so it's awesome.
See what happens when you tell a story, your cigar goes out.
Yes. Yes.
You
You've got to learn. You've got to perfect that storytelling and puffing at the same time.
Yeah.
Yes, you gotta know where you puff, talk, puff, talk. So, is this is 100% true story, or is just
No,
just okay?
it's a legend. It's an urban. I wouldn't say an urban legend, but I mean, there's probably some truth in it, and there's some fabrication of facts. So, yeah.
I know I lost it. I wasn't here in the beginning. What are you guys smoking? What are you smoking, Marty?
Tatuaje Miami Regios brown label.
Nice. Okay.
The Casa Fernandez Reserva, made in
Hey.
Miami. It's rolled in
Yeah.
Miami. So, but it's interesting what you say, because, okay, so we get Connecticut shade and Connecticut broadleaf, and we also have got Florida sun-grown.
Right.
We've also got the Pennsylvania broadleaf.
Right.
And then you said something very interesting, and I want to spend time researching it, and I haven't. But Wisconsin had some tobacco in there.
Right.
Wisconsin. I mean, that's it's our neighbor. It's our neighbor to the north.
I heard Steve Saka talk about Wisconsin tobacco, like he was using Wisconsin tobacco at one point.
Wow.
And I don't know if he was using it or he was talking. He did a long spiel about the history of the seeds and what varieties came from which, kind of like the family tree of tobacco. And he talked about the certain variety they make in Wisconsin. It's not too far from here either. It's like in southeast Wisconsin, in Dane County is where like Madison is, right?
Yeah. It's only 1,200 acres. I'm surprised. I figured it'd be a lot more, but it's, obviously tobacco farming is a little bit more involved than corn or soybeans or some of the other stuff. So, it's an investment, because I know at one point, one of the things you said is it used to be 20,000 acres. So it's a big drop from 20,000 to 1,200.
Right.
So,
yeah, there's a lot more regulation in the United States on it now, so that probably makes it not as lucrative.
Right off the bat, it just baffles me that how we used to have in the 20th century so many factories, and now we're down basically to 50 factories through the whole United States. So it's very interesting. Is it the regulations that happen, basically?
I think there's been like boom and busts.
Yeah. I agree with Fireborn. I would bet you that, probably for a few years, Putnam probably was the main guy at his farm or his, ability to farm that. Yeah. And then the Cubans start coming in and, they see some prime land and are able to exploit that land and get some Cuban seeds in there. And they know the best soils and the best areas. So
what part of the thing they say to debunk the myth is that there was already tobacco cultivation before he came back. So it wasn't the first. But if he brought back seeds with them and they hybridized, I'm sure they had an effect. And then, as you know, as you plant seeds every year, the flavor of the tobacco changes and kind of matches the terroir of the area.
Yeah. So, do we have time to jump into La Polina as we did some, or do you want to keep rolling in your direction?
Well, let's talk about the varieties a little more.
Go ahead.
So, I think everyone probably knows Connecticut Shade. That's the more light colored, mild. See that in a lot of the what we would call breakfast cigars, or
goes great with coffee cigars.
Yeah,
my favorite beginning of the day.
Right. And then Connecticut broadleaf, And although these are both Connecticut, they say Connecticut, they're probably related somehow, but like you can tell if you look at a broadleaf leaf versus a Connecticut shade leaf,
Mm-hmm.
that they've changed.
Hey,
And the Connecticut broadleaf is it's darker than the Connecticut, obviously.
Darker, it's thicker. One of the problems you might see with shade cigars is their wrapper's pretty thin.
Yeah.
So they can get more damaged.
Yep. It's
easily.
not your outdoor. It's not your typical outdoor cigar.
Right.
No,
It's not your typical outdoor cigar. So we just a dramatic pause or a dramatic. We're at 10 viewers. We're at 10. 2 weeks in a row, we got 10 viewers. 10 consecutive viewers. Hello.
beautiful.
So go ahead, Marty. Continue on.
Join.
Sorry, Mark.
And then you got Pennsylvania broadleaf, which I think has been like an afterthought for a long time, but I'm seeing more and more people use that in cigars.
Mm-hmm.
I think because Connecticut broadleaf, that's gotten really popular.
Yes.
And is in high demand and hard to get. So I see a lot of people turning to Pennsylvania broadleaf.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's got a distinct taste because of where it grows. Like I know Black Label does a lot with Pennsylvania broadleaf. I've seen that.
And they're delicious.
Cigars. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Florida Sun-Grown. I don't know a whole lot about the Florida Sun-Grown, but
You never had the Drew State?
I never have. No.
Really?
Wow.
Oh, I like that one. That was one of my
It's
favorites.
good. It's really good.
Yeah. It gives you that the spicy, the peppery. It's just I like that cigar. I like the FSG. And yeah, it's if I had my ability to buy more of those, that would definitely be in my rotation. So it's robust. It's got that. It's just a darn good cigar.
It's a good medium cigar. It's a good medium cigar. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And actually, my first one, I bought it when I was in Tampa. It was really good. I was actually with Joe Machado.
Nice.
Yeah, with
Very
Joe Machado. That's when I bought my first one.
Hey.
And then there are other varieties that are made. Corojo. Like I know the H99, I think, is a Connecticut Corojo.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wrapper. But those are the main ones. And then, of course, the Wisconsin. And there's probably other places that grow tobacco. You would think, like, the Carolinas were always famous for tobacco.
Yeah.
But I think they use most of that in cigarettes and other tobacco.
Isn't it Kentucky also?
I know they do a barn smoker in Kentucky, so I imagine that
they've got
tobacco there.
Because the Kentucky Fire Cures
Yep.
is grown here, right? Okay.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, Kentucky has a good supply of cigar tobacco, and it definitely has that. What's the word I'm looking for? It's I don't know. It's more it's more the fire cured. It's got the
fire cured has a distinct flavor. I know.
Yes.
Yeah, you get that in the
burley. That's the word I'm looking for. Burley tobacco.
And then is it most of the tobacco also fermented too? For the what's the name of it? The Pappies is from Kentucky, right?
That's different. Yeah. That's I mean, they do that. He does that well, and that's done completely different. But yeah,
they use Kentucky fire cured, and then they barrel ferment it as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. And that's that. And he he just passed away. What is his name? Where's BTCG at when I need him? I can't think of his name, but he patented that. Mark
Ryan.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's his whole. He developed that whole process.
Yeah.
So yeah. So, it's awesome. The United States obviously we don't produce anywhere near the same volume as the Nicaragua or
No.
Dominican or Cuba or anything. But what we are producing is some good quality tobacco that
It
is
is.
highly, like you were saying, is highly sought after. The broadleaf, and I remember some places, some brands saying they're going to have to take that SKU out of their rotation because it was hard to get. It was hard to get the tobacco that they needed. So,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, I know the what's the brand with the weasels. They switched their cigars to the one that has Weasel Fest. What's the name of that cigar?
Oh,
Skip Martin.
yeah, Roma Craft.
Yeah.
Oh, Roma Craft.
Roma Craft. Yes.
Yeah. They switched
Yeah.
one of their cigars,
Right.
the Neanderthal, I think, from
Yes.
broadleaf to Pennsylvania broadleaf because they couldn't get enough.
Yeah. So, yeah, interesting. I mean, I like seeing it. I mean, I'm I love the cigar industry. I just love seeing stuff come out of the United States, and I love seeing that it plays a continued part.
Right.
Obviously JC Newman, the Newman family probably is the staple cigar company for the United States. With the oldest factory still running and the stuff that they do. I just listened to a podcast, Senior Newman, I can't think of his name, was on the Cigar Authority this past weekend. And just listen to some of the stuff that they do. It's family. And they lost, he was saying they lost several cigar rollers because of some of the orders that were put out. And so people that still had a year left on their work visas were deported, saying, sorry, we're revoking. So, I mean, and he goes, it's family. He goes, we only hire legal aliens to come over. He goes, but it was family. He had women there going, I don't understand. I still have time on my visa. And it was like, there's nothing we can do. So, but I think what JC Newman does, it's one of my goals is to get down there to Ybor City and to do that tour.
And yes, I would definitely recommend.
Ybor
I've been in Tampa when my family was living for 3 years there. Definitely recommend visiting the factory. It has a lot of history. It's pretty cool, and they're only rolling the American cigar in there. And when I went upstairs, it was only 3 rollers. I don't know if there's still 3 rollers rolling cigars up there, but it's a lot of history, and the connection between J.C. Newman and Arturo Fuentes, pretty cool. Very interesting.
So they're not rolling the Tampa Sluggers or Tampa Smokers or whatever. Are they rolling that one there?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Okay.
Yeah.
When that started, because I thought it was only the American here.
The American Tampa Smokers was a newer line. I don't know when that started, but that's about their Tampa minor league baseball team. They do the Angel Cuesta and Leroy Neiman cigars are rolled there.
Yeah, I went, what is 2025? I went 2021, I believe, 4 years ago.
Yeah, that'd be about right. About right.
I think it's 4 years I've been there, but it great. I mean, Ybor City is right there too, and you have also a lot of history with Cuban people in the whole street, and it's magnificent. Really like it. And like we said, I'm really surprised here in America we don't have other states growing tobacco, like you said, the South Carolinas and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, we've got a week left, and the new tax goes into place. So why would companies want to be around for that? I mean, it's like going, and I mean, okay, let me rephrase that. Illinois is not a prime spot to. I mean, it could be. I don't know anything about farming or planting or any of that kind of stuff. I don't know the soil content, but you're gonna take Illinois out of the picture. You're gonna take California out of the picture.
You got to have the right environment. Like,
yeah.
Connecticut has like real sandy, loamy soil, and they've got humidity, and that variety that they grow there thrives in that. But you see some tobaccos in Nicaragua are grown, mountainsides. You got the Cielo that's grown at what, 3,000 feet or
3,000 feet. Yeah. We've got clay. Illinois has got clay. If I remember correctly, I think it's, there's a good layer of topsoil, but then it's clay.
Yeah.
And then you have to probably switch indoors because it's like going to get negative 30 degrees. So it's like, let's go grow indoors now. So
bureaucracy is the least efficient way to do anything. I absolutely agree. And it just gets, we don't get political, but it's just ridiculous.
It's
just
brutal.
ridiculous.
It's just brutal. Like,
So.
It's just, why are you telling us what to do and why are you taxing us? Here's the question, like.
They're taxing us because they can.
That's probably what Old Sut was saying right around the Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
Sounds really similar.
Oh. So we talked about J.C. Newman. What else? What other factories that are rolling in the United States, Marty?
Yeah, so that El Relo factory, the J.C. Newman factory, is probably the biggest one. They make like 60,000 cigars.
Yeah. A day.
That's both hand rolled and machine made. So I think I don't know what machine made cigars.
I should send you guys pictures because I have so many pictures on my phone from the machine rollers too. Because there was, the 3 floors upstairs, but they had the machines on the first floor. So it was
good for our website. Put them on the website.
Probably put out the majority of that 60,000 a day.
Yeah.
We've got the El Rey de los Habanos. So this is the factory that started in Miami by Jose Pepin Garcia. Started in 2002 and operated until 2009. They still have a factory that's in Doral. But that El Rey de los Habanos stands for King of Cuban Cigars. So that's where he became famous early on there. And then now they make a lot of Tatuaje cigars. Miami there, this being one of them. They still make a line called El Rey de los Habanos, the Don Pepin Garcia ERH.
We got a question from our audience.
Ooh. I have the knuckle sandwich puro.
Puro.
I have that, and I'm gonna review it, but I'm letting him rest. So I really can't make a call for it, but I know Meat Lovers is always good.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Great stick.
Yeah.
You won't go wrong.
That's one of the top nuts from Steve Sacco.
Yeah, our knuckle sandwich poodle review will be coming out, but yeah, I can't wait to get on that one. I'll tell you what, the knuckle sandwich 57 was phenomenal.
Yeah, I want to see the comparison when you guys do the reviews. I want to see the 57, the puro.
Yeah, there was two different vitolas that I did one and Marty did a different one, so that'll to come out.
And then I also had the chef special this year too.
Oh, do you? The limited edition?
Yeah.
Nice.
So you got chef special 57 puro, and there was another one, no? Or was it just 3?
Just those 3.
That's 3. Okay.
Well, the Warhead, but that's not a knuckle.
Yeah.
No, that's not.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So they make in this Pepin Garcia factory. They make the Selection de Cazador, the brown label, the Escasos, the anniversary series, and the black label.
Very
but
nice.
They also make the San Cristobal line.
Yeah, it's San Cristobal Aroma. Yep.
Yeah.
That was I learned that from the rep that came in. The Ashton rep told me all this details without me looking for it. I had no idea. And the Ashton rep came in and we were talking about for 45 minutes, and he explained me to that it was pretty interesting.
And the My Father Les Bijoux.
The Les Bijoux.
22.
Le Bijou 1920. So which one you like? The Le Bijou 1923 22 regular or the 100 años?
I've only had the 100 años.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. On Saturday, I'll give you the one on me,
Ooh.
the Le Bijou 1922, the regular one.
All right.
So in other words, if you're looking for that 1922 Ultimate Cigar Lounge,
Yep.
that's the side note. We're not pushing it. We're not telling you about it. We're saying if you're looking for it.
And I have a torpedo in a torpedo size, so it's good. It's really good.
Speaking of Ultimate, is it time for?
Yeah, we can do a little. We could pay for some bills here. Ready to pay for some bills?
Yeah.
We've got so many.
Step into luxury at Ultimate Cigar Lounge, where passion meets perfection. Discover a world of premium cigars, hand-selected from the finest tobacco regions. From bold beginners to seasoned aficionados, our curated collection delights every palate. Grab a cigar from our amazing selection, pair it with freshly brewed coffee or fine spirits, and sit back and relax in an atmosphere of elegance and warmth. Ultimate Cigar Lounge, your haven for unforgettable moments. Visit us today and ignite your senses. Ultimate Cigar Lounge, located in Villa Park, Illinois. Open daily.
We'll be there Saturday. We will be there Saturday. So if you're in the Chicagoland area, stop in, see us. There'll be a group of us sitting out there. We'll probably be sitting indoors now that the temperatures have skyrocketed to what they are, but you can join us, say hello, enjoy a cigar. So that'll be a good time. Always fun. Always fun.
Black Label Trading event only cigars because they're doing an event there that same night.
Right.
Obviously, you can buy other cigars if you want to, if you don't want to buy Black Label Trading Company. But yeah, we have the event 6 to 10 on Saturday. Beautiful. Yeah. There it is.
There it is. Right over Teddy's face. We could leave it there all show.
Make him peer around the side.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be like, hello.
Yeah. Hello. Hello. And then once again, we had a pre-meeting. We were talking about the website. Chris, our producer and website designer and editor and everything like that. We can't say enough good things about him. He is behind the scenes. He's gearing us up for PCA already. He's getting us jacked with PCA ideas. So we got to say thanks to Chris. And again, if you get a chance, stop by Eyewear Fix and talk to Chris.
Looking for the ultimate eyewear experience in Chicagoland? Discover Eyewear Fix, your premier eyewear store for over 28 years. From sunglasses to sports glasses to safety gear, we've got it all at every price point. Bring your prescription, and we'll handle the rest. Our appointment-only office offers a private, concierge-style experience tailored to your busy schedule. Call or text Chris at 630-853-4167 to book your visit and see why Eyewear Fix surpasses expectations. Eyewear Fix, where style meets precision. Get your fix today.
See Chris. He's our guy. He'll help you out.
Yep. Tell him the Shutdown Crew sends you.
Yeah. You're not going to get anything off, but you can tell him we sent you.
Yeah.
So should we talk about one of the other great cigar companies that has a factory in Florida?
Yes. Let's do that. And Texas Rebel, you're right. 100 Años is a banger. I love that cigar. So the Aganorsa Leaf factory, which used to be called Casa Fernandez, is still in Miami. And what's it called today, Mike?
It's Aganorsa Leaf Miami.
Aganorsa Leaf Miami.
Yeah. They put a lot of Terrence put a lot of thought into that name.
I'm surprised that in this segment, Mike is not saying about Aganorsa Leaf.
I'm going to let him talk a lot about this segment, I think.
About this segment?
My cigar won't go out that way.
So they've got some good rollers. Obviously, they've got some good rollers, but they've got some rollers in Miami. So they roll quite a few cigars there. It's always good. It's always good to take a tour. Fireborn was saying the bucket list is Ybor City, and the tour it's Ybor City and then straight down to Miami. I want to see Miami. I don't know if it's a guys trip. I don't know if it's a Chi-Town guys trip. I don't know if we put together a Chi-Town cigar podcast.
I'll go down there
and meet some people. We'll pull Fireborn down there with us, and we'll check it out. But yeah, I mean, I want to get down to the Aganorsa factory / warehouse down there. They're rolling the anniversary Corojo down there, so that's phenomenal. Juan Cancel's gonna start charging me for using that term. They're also rolling the Anniversario Maduro. The Signature Selection Maduro is also. So I mean, man, they're rolling bangers down there. The Casa Fernandez Miami Toro obviously makes sense where they're rolling that down there. The
So
Reserva, which
they
I
still have one cigar called Casa Fernandez that they didn't rename.
No.
Okay.
No. And this Reserva is they've never renamed this. So I mean, it's not like this isn't like something that I found at some hidden little store. So and then the La Valdacion Maduro is also rolled down there. So yeah, I mean, they, I'm sure they roll a good majority of those cigars down there. I'm sure if they need some extras, they reach out to the factory down in Nicaragua and get some help. But the majority of them are rolled up here in Miami. So
that's a good list.
It is a good list. It's a sizable list. So yeah. So.
And they also roll some cigars for Warped and Foundation and Dunbarton. I don't know what Dunbarton cigars rolled there.
Also, I believe Gurkha too. Aganorsa leaf is Gurkha too.
I think Gurkha gets some of their product from Aganorsa. I don't know if they roll them at that facility, but yeah. So, yeah.
And I still have 2 Casa Fernandez cigars in Ultimate from back in 2015. Yeah.
Just hold on to those. I'll pick those up Saturday.
Yeah, that's got some nice age on them.
Yeah. Yes.
Mike, I didn't know Mike was down there in the Villages. I made my trip to the Villages 3 years ago. I think it was 3 years ago. I was down in Ocala and with my mom and her husband, and they said, "Come on, we're going to take you to the Villages." That's a wild place. That is a wild place down there. They have a gazebo in the center of town or the center of the Villages, and every night they have free music. But the place is filled with golf carts. I mean, I've never seen so many golf and not the cheap golf carts. I mean, I seen one as a BMW. I seen one as a pickup truck. I mean, it was wild down there. And then there's some other stuff that will keep the show PG. But it's I'm like, Ma, what the heck?
It's a great business. It's a great business. If you fix golf cars down there, it's a good business in Florida.
Yeah. It's crazy. I didn't know there was a cigar lounge down there. I'm gonna have to find out from you, Mike, where it's at. Because I said to somebody, I'm surprised there wasn't a cigar lounge down there. I asked my mom, she's like, "Oh, there's no cigar lounges down here." So I'll have to find out where that's at. So next time I go to visit her, let's go to the Villages and hit a cigar lounge. So
yeah, the two we have in Ultimate is the Sabor Aganorsa. I found the name. I forgot the one of them. The other one is the Secretos del Arte. That cigar is good.
Yeah.
And Terrence Riley, when I posted a Cigar Dojo, he commented on it. I was really happy. So,
yeah. So, which other one, Marty? You gonna hit the other one?
El Titan de Bronze.
The Bronze. I listen. I got that nailed. I got that nailed after watching Cigar Snob. They interviewed is it Kathy, and I learned it's El Titan de Bronze. Sandy.
Yeah.
That's it. Yes.
El Titan de Bronze. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that would be a fun place to go see as well.
There's also a lot of cigars. There's a lot of cigars, even from Cohiba, that is made in that factory. It has made some good sticks.
And it was shocking to me, as I'm learning, as I'm growing in my nerdism, that Willie's wife, or not Willie, Pedro's wife, or no, it's Willie's wife that works there.
Yeah.
It's Willie's wife that works there.
So it's like there.
He used to work there, yes. And they told him to take the job with True Estates. He struggled with it, and they're like, no, you've got to do it. So, but I know his wife has rolled a couple and said, here, what do you think of these? and he was shocked, not in a bad way, but it was just like going, oh my gosh, this is a phenomenal cigar. So it'll be interesting to see what they put out under her name here soon. I would bet you in the next year or two we'll see something come out from them under her name as a blender and stuff. So yeah.
Listen, women make a huge difference in the cigar business. It's a big factor especially from rollers.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane how much tribute comes from women rollers, women owners with factories. It's incredible.
And it's good to see them as blenders because you're getting a whole different profile, and it's not to say, oh, you're getting a lighter cigar. They have palettes that they're going, hey, it's phenomenal. Again, sorry, Juan, I'm stealing but I love to see that aspect that it's not a male dominated. It's still very heavily male dominated, I guess, but the women blenders are getting more and more into it. I told you guys, I really want to see Sarah Rodriguez come on our show and talk to us because she's the heir apparent for West Tampa. So, oh, okay, you're in Ocala. That's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to connect and figure that out because my mother's always harping on me to go down there, and it's I don't know. It's very difficult to go to a retirement community and hang out with your mother because the fun size one doesn't want to go down there. So I'm like, okay. So I go down there for a couple of days and hang out with her. So, yeah.
Ocala is pretty cool. It's just in the middle of Florida. So
she took me to the horse farm. The horse farm is unbelievable. That horse, Mike probably knows the name of it, but we sat there probably for 3 hours and watched the show. And it was free. You walk in, it's free. Just sit down. And I was amazed. And I know 3 years ago, they were doing some stuff where they were going to be building a hotel and some other stuff down there. So there you go, Mike. The World Equestrian Center. Thank you very much. So, yeah. So he met Karen Berger and Sweetheart. Yeah. So, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's a good cigar.
So,
That Maduro that she has is really good.
No.
Yeah.
We have more than color issues.
Yeah. Yep.
No.
Like even like from McAuliffe, the Migdalia cigar, that's his oldest roller.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's still alive or not, but that's what he named the cigar after.
Mhm.
And it's pretty interesting.
Yep. No.
So I think the Goldie, the La Palina Goldie is maybe the most famous cigar from El Titan de Bronze.
Mm-hmm. Probably, yeah.
Really? I would say the Cohiba Miami. Cohiba Miami's, and she did a great job with a box. And in its regular production, it's a great cigar from her. So
I know going down, if I took a trip down to there and went to El Titan de Bronze, I'm gonna need another bank account. I'm probably gonna want to. I think I'm gonna want to pick up almost the majority of the cigars they roll there just to be able to have them. So
yeah,
he's gonna rob a bank.
We gotta watch what we say. We're just joking, YouTube. That's not serious.
Oh yeah, YouTube. I'm sorry.
They do several of the Warp cigars.
Yeah.
The Don Ronaldo, the Hyperion, the La Comena.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and then the Cohiba M.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, what else we got?
Did you know there was a cigar factory in Illinois?
You blew my mind when I saw that. My mind was like, "What?" First of all, all three of us, we have to visit that.
Yeah. Well, I will say, 2 years ago, I was at an event, a fest, and the fun size one dragged me to it, and I went along as a good husband should. And about 3/4 of the way through, I stuck my nose up in the air, and I'm like, well, she's like, "What's wrong?" I go, "I smell a cigar." She goes, "Shut up." I go, "I'm selling. I smell a cigar." We rounded the corner, and here's a cigar booth. And it was a lady, and of course made my beeline into it. It was all infused cigars. She lives in the south suburbs, and she buys her tobacco and rolls it, infuses it all at her house. So it was pretty unique. I was pretty excited. I said, she was, I can't believe it. You can't go anywhere. I said, hey, it is what it is. So yeah. So there's that one. But no, I did not know there was another one there. Or I should say there was a cigar factory in Illinois.
I think there is still.
It's still there?
Yeah.
It is.
They have a website.
They have a website,
Wow.
the Indio Cigar Factory.
Yeah. In Charleston.
Oh, okay. Wow.
By Mervyn Merrick.
Huh.
It seems interesting. I
Yeah.
mean, they have only one roller. Obviously, it's not a big factory, but it's incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
we got to try some cigars from there. We should have
It's a road trip.
Yep, road trip. That's what I said. Yeah,
We'll do a podcast from there. Hey, let us in your factory. We'll do a podcast from here. We'll make you guys famous.
he has private rooms. It's like a lounge with coffee in a factory. So
Wow, that's awesome.
Mhm.
That's awesome. We
All
are obviously. Go ahead. I was gonna say, obviously, we don't. We have cigar companies in Chicagoland. There's two of them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't roll their cigars here, but we would be remiss for not talking about Black Star Line and our buddy Eric Bay,
Yes.
who launched that company right here in Chicago in Evergreen Park.
I think they
He's doing
roll
some great stuff.
cigars in El Titan de Bronze.
They roll in El Titan de Bronze and Aganorsa, and as well as Black Label, and with Espinosa.
Yeah, and there's one more too. I can't remember. The
Yeah.
name.
Patina cigars.
So yeah. So
Patina Cigars is from Chicago. Is that what you're saying,
The
Tim?
guys, we had a guy that talked to us last time that he's from Chicago. I had no idea about it. So I looked it up.
I know La Polina is, and that's what we were talking about previously. I sort of dove into this because I wanted to find out more about La Polina cigars. And it's Sam. Now I'm going to say Sam Palais. Am I wrong in that pronunciation?
I think it's Paley.
Paley. Okay. Sam Paley, a Ukrainian immigrant, and a cigar roller who founded the Congress Cigar Company in 1896. So, very interesting. He launched La Polina, named after his wife Goldie Drell. What is it, Marty? Palais?
Paley.
Paley, sorry.
No, Pele
Pele.
is the soccer player, Mike.
Yeah, no, it's Pele. As a tribute to her. And then his son Sam took the money and the profits from the cigar company to invest in a small radio network. That network would become Columbia Broadcasting Systems, or CBS. So,
Interesting.
so that it's unbelievable to think that company started based on cigars.
And then they kind of went out of business for a while and were revived by later generations.
2010, they were revived. Bill Palais, the grandson of Sam, resurrected La Polina to honor his family's legacy and to get once again back to crafting some cigars. So yeah, they work with El Titan de Bronze, AJ Fernandez, Oliva, PDR, and Racisas Cubanas. So yeah, so I think you were saying the Goldie is probably one of their most famous ones, the most notable. That's out of El Titan de Bronze. The Black Label, the Classic, and the number 1 and number 2 and Mr. Sam.
Mm-hmm.
So
one of my favorite ones that they have is they did one a couple of years ago called the 1948. That was in honor of, I think, Bill's father or something.
Oh, okay.
Really good.
Yeah. So, it's cool. It's cool to see Chicago continues to have history. They continue to make their mark in the cigar world. I think Eric is doing a phenomenal job. We're going to work on getting Eric on our show. That'll be a fun show because I think he'll be a lot more laid back as we all know Eric personally, so we'll be able to get down and dirty and talk to him about some of his firefighting experience and some of the other stuff that he does. So, but yeah, so I mean, there's quite a few U.S. based cigar companies that don't roll specifically in the U.S. but are U.S. based. So,
and most of the cigar factories in the United States are all located in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Texas Rebel says there's one in Texas City, which I don't know where that is exactly.
El Cubano. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah. So, and then of course we have Dunbarton. So that's a U.S. based company. We have United Cigar, that is a U.S. based cigar company. So
Yes.
It's growing. It's growing. I didn't know that.
Is
Cigar
Fireborn going to be this year now?
He's going to be
Rocky
he's going to
Mountain
be at
Forest?
yeah, he's going to be at Rocky Mountain.
Okay.
The cigar shop in downtown Denver. Oh, Denver. Where did we go to, Marty? The Smoke Shed or Smoke Shack or
Smoke.
because they were at
Smoker friendly.
Smoke. No, it wasn't smoker friendly. It was that one that we went to. We met Fabian there. He was sitting there.
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
So yeah, they were at Rocky Mountain. They had their own cigar that was there. So, yeah, it's I like seeing it. I like seeing people step out. So it's awesome. It's awesome.
South of Houston.
That's
Yeah.
where it
Said, okay.
is.
That's not the one
Yeah.
we went to then. That's not because we were in wherever.
No, I'm talking about the Texas one. I'm talking about the
Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're at an hour and 2. Should we talk about news?
Yeah.
Or
What do you got?
well, big story came out today. I want to pull it up here so I can quote it correctly because we had reported earlier this year, or earlier, I shouldn't say this year. We had reported a couple weeks ago about first quarter and that cigar imports were down. We were saying they were down 9%. Well, as of today, they're saying that cigar imports are up 7.2% over the first quarter. That's more than 93 million cigars were shipped between January 1st and March 31st, compared to the 87 million for the same period last year. So, yeah, shipments, it was reported the shipments through February were down 8.7%. And that we talked about, was that a sign that the market is slowing down? However, it looks like everything flipped around from, I don't know, March.
Unless it was
March.
Probably had
Unless-
something to do with the show. The piece.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it could have been. It could have been. Yeah, it could have been one. It could have been the PCA show and
Being a little earlier this year probably changed when they were shipping and what they were shipping.
yep. Yeah. So
unless it was fake news.
it's a good question, Fireborn. I don't know if it did. I mean, because they bounced back so fast to get that other rolling facility set up. I know some companies are having struggles with boxes and other stuff, but I don't know. I mean, as much as everybody thought the AJ Fernandez stuff was going to hurt, I know it's hurt a couple companies. We talked about it last week, saying that it hurt Southern Draw and a couple, but
An LFD.
yeah,
LFD
but
is hurting a lot.
it didn't seem to hurt the industry, because if we're up that much, if we're up 7% in the first quarter, then and now we're in the prime smoking time, unless you're in this heat wave and now you're indoors smoking again. But yeah, so interesting. And then
It's a really nice breeze. It just turned, the weather changed a lot. Maybe because it's supposed to rain, but the breeze is so nice right now. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah. And then for all of our Chicago friends listening, the tax goes into effect next Tuesday. July 1st. I know.
Don't remind us. Don't. We could talk about next week, okay? Let's celebrate 4th of July first.
No. You want to get what you're going to see. What you're going to see on the brick and mortar side of things is people are going to go nuts over this next week.
Oh,
and buy what they need for the summer. You know,
especially
that's what they're going to do.
Especially the regular guys that they're like, I'll be paying $24 for these two. Yeah. Sorry, Illinois taxes.
Yeah, I mean, if they can buy a box, why wouldn't you buy a box now and go, hey, honey, I'm buying a box now because I'm going to save, you know, I don't know, $3, $4, $5 maybe, but, you know.
I think a lot of people here in Illinois, they're going to switch into online that, you know, there's no taxes. You're saving us some money, and we'll see. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting.
I have a weird news item.
Go for it.
So Nicaragua apparently cut their highway speed limit in half.
I saw that.
I heard about that. Like
31 miles per hour, that seems like a weird number, but it's 50 kilometers per hour. So
I wonder why.
In half. Well, apparently they said there were way too many traffic related deaths, and they didn't want, they're trying to cut down on the traffic. That would do it. That's slow. Maybe, I mean, the roads there probably aren't too hot compared to, you know, like our super highways, but wow.
Yeah. I don't know. We need somebody to chime in to tell us that they give out speeding tickets. Do you get a speeding ticket?
You also can't carry your children on a motorcycle anymore there.
Oh,
that seems like a good.
That's good.
Yes.
You know,
although that's like probably the only form of transportation a lot of people have, so that's gonna really throw a monkey wrench into things.
Yeah. Teddy, you're a big Crown Heads guy. The Broadway started shipping.
Yes, I'm excited. I gotta talk to the rep.
Yeah. So that'll be coming out.
Nice new brands, new bands on it.
Yeah.
And finally, their cigars are gonna see Crown Heads on it.
Yeah. That whole new design will be interesting. What you'll see is what we always see is everybody's gonna want the old bands because the old bands must be a better cigar. It's got to be a better cigar. It's got age on it or something, but it's there's no difference. Oh, I want the old one. I want the old band. Give me, it's
the same thing.
Yeah,
I feel it's gonna be the same thing.
I saw at
least
don't believe
it.
One shop was offering the Broadway now, so that seems like that's coming.
Yeah. And then the Oz family's shipping the Caratoba. The Caratoba's hitting, so that'll be so.
You know, talking about also AJ Fernandez, the Enclave, there's going to be made an Enclave cigar by Eladio Diaz.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what I saw on the news earlier from Half Wheel.
The Enclave Eladio Diaz. I have two of those actually resting. So
from Eladio Diaz? Really?
Yeah, I have one
AJ?
too.
No, from Eladio Diaz.
How did you get it?
I have one.
They've been for sale for
They were for sale. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta stop buying more online. I think I've been into the brick and mortar, just always working there and going out the lounge, just go to Beanies and buy my cigars.
It's and you want to support the brick and mortars, but at the same point, you can't. Some brick and mortars just don't carry stuff, and it's hard. No. It's hard to search. It'd be nice. A lot of brick and mortars don't have an online menu even to go, okay, you're carrying that cigar. I'll travel to you to pick it up, versus you type in, Eladio Diaz and all of a sudden you get 4 or 5 different online places. They're brick and mortar still, but they have them. So you're like, okay, I'm going to go through them to pick it up, so it's tough in that regard. I did pick up the Devil Crab at Binny's this weekend.
Oh,
so that's resting.
I gotta pick that one. Everybody has some good words for that cigar.
Yeah.
If we like the Circle of Life from West Tampa Tobacco, everybody says that's a good cigar.
Yeah. So and that's regular production. They decided to go regular production on that. It was going to be limited, and Rick said, "Nope, we've changed, and it's going to be regular production now." So that'll be good. So,
did you see what also Rhode Island did? Like Illinois did. No more smoking in casinos. The legislators vote not to smoke in casinos in Rhode Island anymore.
Yeah, no. Such is life.
Getting getting back to politics.
Yeah. So Louisiana put a 50-cent cap on their cigar tax. So that's Louisiana's moving in the right direction. Yeah, I'd rather see that. I'd rather see a flat tax and go, you can't go above 50 cents.
I'd rather see a no tax like Florida.
Well,
it's so nice.
Ideally,
Florida,
but
yeah. Man, this lighting makes me really pale. I'm
You
not
are
pale, guys. I'm not
You
that
are
pale.
pale.
Okay? I got a little olive skin, guys.
Yeah. You got anything else?
That's all. It's kind of a slow week.
It is a slow week this week. Yeah.
All right. Let's jump into Chicago history. Today's Chicago history.
My favorite segment of the episode every time. Because I have no idea. So
I've got one that's the biggest mistake, one of the biggest mistakes in White Sox history. Anybody want to guess what this is?
And that's a long list.
Yeah, that's a lot of them.
But this is probably the biggest mistake ever made in Chicago White Sox history. Any guess? Teddy's got no idea.
No, I got no idea. Sorry. I'm out of this.
Did they fire Tony La Russa?
No. It goes
the
back
first
to
time. The first time would have been a mistake.
Yes, the first time would have been a mistake.
He kind of deserved it.
It goes back to 1914.
Oh.
On this day in 1914, Charles Comiskey turned down the chance to buy Babe Ruth for $16,000.
Somebody messed up.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, and we look now, so $16,000 is nothing, but back then it probably was. But he turned it down. He turned it down.
Do you think this?
It's sort of like let's see. Oh, the Chicago Bears passing up on Patrick Mahomes.
Oh yeah.
I want to know how much $60,000 is to today's money. Has to be millions.
Fireborn will tell us.
16.
Tell me what the conversion is. Back in 1914. So
Marty's on it.
Marty's on it.
Yeah, let me look it up.
So, 1915 was the Eastland disaster. June 24th, 1915. The excursion steamer Eastland tragically capsized while tied to the Riverwalk just across from the St. Clair Hotel. 800 passengers, mostly employees and families, heading to the Riverside picnic, lost their lives. It remains one of the worst maritime disasters in U.S. history. It was docked. It was docked, and those people didn't know how to swim.
A lot of people died.
Yeah. I mean, holy cow.
So 16,000 in 1914 is 500,000 today.
Wow.
But as Fireborn says, we were still backed by gold then. So
yeah. No. And then here's a weird one. In 1926, the Grand 28th International Eucharistic Congress wrapped up on June 24th at Soldier Field in the seminary in Mundelein. It was the first such mass held in the U.S., drawing hundreds of thousands. Some estimate put attendance at over 800,000, highlighting the Chicago significance of the Catholic presence. What?
Oh,
can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. We lost Teddy. So it's funny now, and you say that, and I think the White Sox have got the Pope's mass coming up in a few weeks at Comiskey or what? Now it's the rate guarantee. I still call it Comiskey. So that'll be interesting.
100,000. Where were they all?
You at Soldiers Field. 800. I don't know where you put it. I mean, obviously you can't broadcast. I mean, in 1926, you're not broadcasting outside the state. So I mean, speakers.
No, there's no live stream.
Yeah. So Yeah.
1926, my grandma was 5.
Can you imagine how long it took to get in the communion line for that?
Oh my God.
You'd be there for days.
Hours.
For hours,
Hours,
dude.
yeah.
I'll be sitting here for 8 hours.
Yeah. So,
Sounds like a massive Catholics.
And then 1936, Joe DiMaggio made history by putting 2 home runs in the same inning against the White Sox. That's pretty good. 2 home runs in the same inning. Not even the same game, the same inning.
It's hard to get it all the way through the lineup in one inning.
There's a lot of stuff against throughout the history for the White Sox. What's going on here?
They were just a special team. We're just the Sox are just a special team.
Yeah.
You know, it's fun to listen to the radio and you keep hearing about how bad the Sox are, and the only thing that's saving them is, and Fireborn will appreciate this, is that the Rockies are worse.
Beat their record, yeah.
The Rockies are worse. So, and then in 1922, the Chicago Staleys. Do you know what that? You know what Teddy doesn't know? Marty, do you know who the Chicago Staleys were?
They're the St. Louis Cardinals. Didn't they move to St. Louis?
No, they're Chicago Bears.
Oh, they're the Bears.
Oh, it was before the Bears.
Who's the other?
Yeah.
The Cardinals were in Chicago too.
I thought so. Yeah.
But I don't know what their name was.
So 1922, the Bears became, or the Bears, the Staleys became the Chicago Bears of the NFL. So, I was sort of gearing up. I'm sort of geared up for football season. I don't want to think about the weather, but I'm sort of gearing up, going, we got about a month left before.
Everybody's talking about it. Like,
Camp
I'm done with the summer. I'm waiting for football.
Yeah.
I'm not done with the summer. I'm just ready for football.
Just for the football.
Yeah.
Like a month until they start.
Yeah.
The
Preseason stuff. Yeah. Huh?
There was a list. There's a list out now of head coaches that are on the bubble for this year.
All
and
right.
Ben Johnson's on number 19 on the list. I'm like, I think he's safe. I think he's got 2 or 3 years where he has to, unless he really messes up. If he has a winning year, he'll be good for 5 years. So at least. So anything else? You guys got anything else? Any other? And did I miss any history? I didn't see any Cub history.
Because we have a good history. Yeah, I didn't see anything like we said, not with the history, but with the cigar news, it's been slower than usual.
Yeah,
with cigars.
No. Well, boys,
I'll see you Saturday.
See you Saturday.
Yes, Saturday, and everybody that's listening, come on over.
Yeah,
109 East North Avenue.
Yeah,
Villa Park, Illinois.
I hope you enjoyed our tribute, our show on American cigar rollers and American cigar companies. It's fun. We will put our show together for next week, and like I said, in 2 weeks we're going to have Chief on. We got a special show for that, and then 3 weeks we've got Adam Gard from Dreamer Cigars, and we'll see. We're working on Terrence Riley. We're working on getting him on. We're working on Eric Bay. So it'll be fun. The next couple of weeks, I highly recommend you joining in, jumping on, saying hello, talk to us. If you have questions or comments, you can reach out to us on the old Twitter machine. We have an X handle, or you can email us. Where's our email address? I don't even know our email address today, but you can reach out to us at on our website at ChitownCigarPodcast.com. Boys, great night. Phenomenal. I'm glad the weather held off so I could keep going. So
no break. You were good today.
The fiber optic is on its way. It's on its way. So hopefully by early July, I will be fiber optic and flowing. So
really enjoyed all the interaction tonight. Thanks everyone.
And thanks for the listeners. Yes, the past 2-3 weeks we'll be having the same listeners. So thank you for that.
13. Our high was 13 tonight. We're crawling high. We can hit 20, boy. I'd like to be on the show in 2 weeks with Chief and hit 20 and be able to go, hey, we hit 20. So
It'll be very exciting.
yep.
Very
Hey,
exciting.
everybody, good night. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week, same time.
Night, everybody. Put some